Let's go, guys. Welcome back to another video. Cassie gets grilled by defense attorneys at Diddy's trial. YouTube live. Guys, we'll be following this whole trial. Let me know your comments below. Let me know what you guys think below, right? Let me know what you think below. Come in, let's watch the video.
So yesterday in court was Cassie's first day of cross-examination. So that's where Puff's team gets to ask her questions about her testimony and just different things that they want the jury to be or to hear.
Right.
I don't know what the prosecutors are doing. They did such a good job the day before of laying out, what they had and establishing why their charges make sense, even though I don't think that it's as like gut-wrenching as they've made it seem from all the indictments and stuff like that.
Sure.
But y'all, the way that Cassie was looking on that thing yesterday, first of all, they debunked so many different things, just speaking to her credibility, right? Like not getting into like the forest and all that yet, right? Just speaking to her credibility. Y'all know on the stand the day before she told that story about Suge Knight and Puff and D-Rock allegedly grabbing guns and going to run into Suge Knight at Mel's Diner.
Right.
And he left from a freak off to do that, according to her, right? So according to the defense team and the interview that Cassie did with the prosecutors before she got on the stand, like in the beginning of the investigations, that story was completely not true that she said on the stand the day before that. So
how did they debunk that?
So they basically asked her, they said, hey, you remember yesterday you testified that you stayed.
This is what you call a good lawyer. Hey, you know feel lie to good lawyer. You know feel lie. You will not lie to a good lawyer. A good lawyer, when he gets you on that stand. Hey.
In your home and you were upset and that Puff had allegedly left from a freak off and blah, blah, blah. Like they went down what she said.
Right.
And she was like, yeah. And they said, well, do you remember? And they ran down the date that you spoke to the prosecutors and you told them that you were forced to get into a car. You were crying, you were upset, but you didn't have a choice according to you, right? Like you were like basically forced get in this car to go with them to run into Suge Knight. And she was like, I never said that. And they said, oh, okay, well, we have the transcripts from your interview with the prosecutors right here. She looks at it. She pauses for a moment. She said, I don't know why this would say that because I've always said that I didn't go. And I'm like, but it's an interview you did with prosecutors. So it looks crazy. And there was so many moments like that where
that's why you shouldn't try to remember nothing when you was on drugs.
And then Charlamagne, why you always why you see how you're caught and then you're now trying to say she's on drugs? You're talking all that stuff yesterday. Do not convict a man before you can't do that, bro. How has everyone convinced you guys that if we just go on the media and say that P. Diddy's guilty, we can just go and convict him? You can see the defense team. That's what I'm saying. Do you know how much he's paying those lawyers? Those lawyers, do you know where their kids go to school? Do you know where their kids go to school? Do you know how much he's paying those lawyers? They're gonna catch you.
Right.
You trying to recall things when you're on drugs? No.
Now, let me talk about that because I thought about that too. Like, she said a lot yesterday and the day before that about how much they were using drugs. So some things may be a little hazy for her. She couldn't even remember some of the escorts and names that they knew that she had slept with, right? So
those escorts' names.
No, she remembered a lot of them because they were using they were using a lot of them for a long period of time and taking them to different states. But drug use. So there was a time in 2017 where things were like super, super hazy, right? And she on the stand said, I really don't remember much from this time because there was something else that they were talking to her about and it was just all over the place and she wasn't sounding like she was telling the truth. So they're talking to her about the drug use. And the day before, remember I told you guys, they were asking her about the drug use and asking her how she would resupply on drugs. Like, who gave her the drug dealer's contacts and stuff like that. And she said, Diddy. Mm-hmm. And when she said that, I watched Diddy in court look at her like, girl, what? Mm-hmm. Yesterday on the stand, they said, okay, so let's talk about your drug use, right? Because is it or is it not true that, both of you guys were using drugs, but Diddy was still able to run multiple businesses and ran down a list of everything he was doing. He was more functioning. And she was like, yeah, I mean, you could say that. And then they go into having a conversation about the fact that at one point in time, Puff was calling drug dealers and telling them to stop serving Cassie because she was so bad off. Like, she was worse off on drugs than he was. And Cassie admitted that was happening. The day before that, though, they painted it as if she was lost in this whole drug abuse thing that was caused and spiraled out by Puff. Yesterday, the conversation was, no, you were making choices on your own, to the point where he was even having to intervene with some of her friends because
have I not been saying, guys, go look at my old videos. Go look at the videos I've said before. Go look at the videos I said before. If you just look at the facts of what's happening, you can see how the lawyers there, she's getting embarrassed in court, right? It's crazy.
In like how much drugs she was doing, he was trying to like protect the way that they were doing. Like they were doing their things.
Right. Like she was doing more drugs. He was saying, "Yo, stop giving her drugs. She's da 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 da." And then she's going, and that's what I was saying. I said in the video before, guys. You see how smart they are? They're like, "All right, cool. We lost a big law case, a big lawsuit against a big company. Diddy got us. This guy's on top of the world. Damn. All right, how can we get him? The way we get him is what do? We look what women he's been with in the past. We go, what woman he's been with in the past? And now, as a man, if you've done anything wrong to a woman in the past, like me right now, I blow up. What are they gonna do when they want to get me? They're gonna go look at the woman in my past. Women can lie. There's nothing there because I'm just a really nice guy. You know what I'm saying? But see, so Diddy had his. If you have these little gray lines here, then that's how this stuff distracts you. This stuff gets you in your way. This stuff, because if you look at the facts of this case, is this a case of domestic violence, which is one thing, domestic violence, which should be punished by the extent of the law, human trafficking. This one here, you're lying, you're voluntarily going places, you're taking drugs, even more drugs. You're there saying that he's giving you drugs, but he was even trying to stop you taking too many drugs. So is this a case of domestic violence? But what they do is when they want to get you, if they want to get you, and remember, this is marketing. Everything is marketing. Everything is money. This is all money. Money circulates. If we get him locked up for a bigger case and say extort and do all of these RICO cases, they're trying to do a whole RICO case on this. If we try to do a RICO case, that's more money for the government. Because when you go to jail, they make money off you. So this is crazy, guys. This is crazy. It's crazy.
He was trying to make sure that it was, from what they're alleging, that it was a lot more safe, and she didn't push back on it.
I thought they were saying
she didn't push back on it.
He was trying to
look at Charlamagne,
some of her friends, because he didn't like how much drugs she was doing. He was trying to protect the way that they were doing. They were doing their things,
right?
But he was trying to make sure that it was, from what they're alleging, that it was a lot more safe, and she didn't push back on it.
I thought they were saying I thought Diddy's team was saying that Diddy was also on drugs really bad, and they were trying to say that's why he didn't remember putting hands on her.
But he even said he OD'd.
Yes. So look, they never, and this is why I'm saying the prosecution left their star witness out there looking crazy, because Diddy's team has never ran from any of that. They have talked about his drug use. Yesterday, it did come up in court that he overdosed at this around the time that Whitney Houston passed away, right?
Was he rushed to the hospital when he overdosed?
Yeah, they said they took him to the hospital. It was like a whole thing. They didn't go into a lot of detail about it, and I have been trying to get more information on that, because for a lot of us in the courtroom, we were like, wait, what? How did this happen? How did he overdose? And the world never knew. But that's how bad their drug use was. But he was always able to keep himself together and not fall off, and able to try and go through withdrawals and stuff to get off of it. She was having a bit of a harder time from what it seemed to the point where he was encouraging her to go to rehab, and she admitted she did go to a wellness spa and things of that nature. But I think the reason why I brought that up is because Puff's team did try and use that as a defense, right? And she tried to do that as well. But the way that everything is coming out now, it's really seeming like, okay, what we saw happen to her in that video, and the other things that I know happened to her because we've seen photos of the bruises and things like that, right, is not okay. But the way that they were able to almost humanize, okay, he had a lot of drugs in him too. If we're going to give her a pass for, being drugged up and, not being able to make her own decisions, we should have that conversation about him too, is what they were able to accomplish yesterday.
A lot.
Yeah, and they used her to do it.
That's what I was telling you, Lauren. You got 8 weeks. You're going to go crazy, because every day when the prosecution is on, prosecution is going to say things that make sense. When the defense is on, the defense team is going to make things that make sense. You're going to be playing hopscotch oh my.
Charlotte, look at this.
You got
8 weeks.
If I was a juror, I would be so stressed out.
You should really do a book and documentary after this, because you're there every day. Next question, I was going to ask, could Cassie be charged? Will they charge Cassie? Because from what you're telling us, it was
baby girl was the number 2.
No, she was number 2, and she was setting up
that yesterday. Yesterday I said she was G Money and Dino Brown.
The freak offs, and she allegedly supplied some of the drugs. That's what it seems like they're saying. So could she be charged?
Well, I had asked some questions about that yesterday to a source who told me that they had heard that there were some conversations about immunity, which would only make sense. But they can't 100% confirm it. But I'll have that by Monday.
I got so many questions. You gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go. We can come bring it back.
Did he blow up Kid Cudi's car? What happened with Michael B. Jordan? Jordan? Tell us.
We got some more for the next hour.
Jesus.
Some people call them strays. What, Jay? What
It's Janet Jackson's birthday though, so happy birthday to the legend.
Yeah,
But
Janet,
yeah, man,
Janet don't
Hey,
want you.
she's just at the crib. Hey, what a job, huh?
Not right
Janet's
now.
like, yo, you can mention me anytime.
In a minute
You don't
from
have
now,
to
but-
mention me right now. So close to this story.
It's a little.
You don't have to do that.
Oh my! Who's that on your shirt?
Wait, back up. Let me see your shirt.
Who's that on your shirt?
That look like
This is
victim
me.
number 7. That look like
She
a
looks
drug
high.
supplier.
That
That's who was supplying Diddy.
Yo, this
That's
is
who
with
was
this.
supplying Diddy
Yo,
and
this
Captain
is
the
the
drugs.
picture. This is the picture that Snoop posted.
What's that on your head?
Huh?
What's that on your head?
On my head?
Yeah, what's that?
Oh, it's my ponytail.
I know
Oh,
one
it's my
thing.
ponytail back
I
then. I've
want
come
that.
a long way.
I want that in a large. You better have that in here next
Yeah,
week.
I
I
need
need
one
that.
too.
And
I need
this bitch
one.
don't clip my ends. Just hilarious.
All right.
Hey, y'all. It's
All right, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. It's getting interesting. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
I just got my amazing do-rags from Oz Do-Rag, crafted to protect and preserve your waves, braids and curls, ensuring your hair stays flawless. You can choose between luxurious velvet and smooth silk, both offering exceptional quality and comfort. You can choose a range of colors to suit any style. Enjoy the convenience of faster free shipping across Australia. Only for a limited time, when you purchase one do-rag, you'll receive 50% off for your second. Visit their website now and take full advantage of this exclusive offer today. What are you waiting for?
If you really enjoyed this video, make sure to click here, and I'm sure you're gonna love that one.